Have you ever been in a situation where you knew exactly what you needed to do, but you just couldn't do it to your frustration and disappointment? I'm reminded of the tragic scene in the movie Spider-Man 2, where Peter Parker desperately, with his hardest efforts, tries to save Gwen from falling. And if only he was 10 seconds sooner, if only he made a different decision. This scenario happens to small businesses in Australia every day. Small businesses are the everyday Spider-Mans of our day. They are responsible for 44% of Australian jobs. Despite this, they typically pay 3% more interest on loans than larger firms. And small businesses need to find money to fund their projects to remain competitive, but they don't want costly debt and they don't want to dilute ownership. Imagine being able to give Spider-Man that edge, the ability to go back in time, to make him faster so that he can rewrite history and save Gwen. This is what my research proposes to do for SMEs. I've been on a quest to address this research aim, to identify and evaluate standard and novel sources of internal financing for SMEs as alternatives to the typical costly external and equity funding methods. The two key relevant theories for my research are the pecking order and the bootstrap theory. The pecking order theory suggests that businesses prioritize financing source based on a hierarchical manner, preferring internal funds, such as retained earnings, over external or equity due to cost and control considerations. Bootstrap financing theory suggests that small businesses prefer strategies that finance operations through creative, low-cost methods without external financing. My research hypothesizes that SME owners will further support these two theories if they were actually better informed about them. In order to carry out this task, I adopted a two-stage methodology. First, through qualitative literature review, identify potential financing options by seeking relevant case studies. I collated a list of pros and cons of internal financing methods adopted by companies of less than 20 employees across all industries across the globe. But I limited my data set to first world countries that have similar cost and ethical considerations. Secondly, I took that list and I applied financial calculations such as net present value, return on investment, and break-even analysis, and to evaluate the cost of each of those options. Financial information such as balance sheets and income statements weren't provided by Headlands Co, so I had to make some assumptions about the business's financials, and I kept those assumptions consistent for all scenarios to compare apples with apples. From this, I was able to rank the most recommended to the least recommended options for Headlands. What I found was very exciting and may have big implications. I documented 7 internal financing methods. 3 are already commonly known, so I won't go into them, but the 4 lesser known upcoming ones are revenue-based crowdfunding, barter-based financing, subscription-based financing, and revenue recycling. Interestingly, I found that Headlands, although unorthodox, the revenue-based and barter-based financing work very well. These could overcome the inherent cash flow issues associated with long maturation cycle times of whiskey. I found that revenue-based financing involved the higher risk but allowed rapid expansion and had the benefit of securing future benefits. In conclusion, there may well be hope for Australia's Spider-Man enterprises. Hopefully my research will help them buck the trend and adopt new internal financing methods that reduce their financing costs. Thank you.